Today we're on the hunt for horsepower. You guys know that we love our 125s here on 999 Laser, and in this class every horsepower counts. So today we've come to the KTM UK HQ here at Silverstone to get the factory performance kit installed and try and boost those numbers. The bike is in there at the moment being worked on, but before we show you that, we need to know the base numbers. So let me rewind to the dyno room where we were earlier this morning. Much like the majority of 125 racers around the world, we are on the search for more power. And KTM UK offered us the chance to try out their factory performance kit, which we thought would be a great way to kick off our hunt for more ponies. So KTM don't have a dyno room at their UK HQ, so we've come here to VRD Motorsport this morning to get the little 125 on their dyno and get that base number before we go back to the KTM HQ, make our changes, and then we'll be back here this afternoon to find out the results. Let's get on there. So we've just finished our base runs on the 2025 KTM 125 here at VRD Motorsport. It's been on the dyno. We did a few different runs just to, be fair, we did best of three. And the top number we got, 34.31 horsepower. So that is the number that we're going to try and improve here today. So now we're going to head back to the KTM HQ and make those upgrades. So we're installing the KTM factory performance kit onto our 125 today. This is sort of like what the GYTR kit is to the Yamaha YZ125. These are the bits here, or most of the bits. Eugene's already started working on a bike. So what comes in the kit? There's the factory cylinder and new cylinder head. There's the factory spark plug, a new piston, a reinforced clutch spring, a factory front pipe, and an Akrapovic silencer. And the final piece of the puzzle is a new map setting. The kit is supposed to give better power delivery, and as it's actually from KTM, it's designed to get the best out of the bike whilst hopefully still keeping the machine reliable. This is a job that could be done at home or at your local dealer, but just so we can show you guys the process and explain it and film it properly, we came here to KTM UK to get it installed by Eugene, the top mechanic at the workshop at KTM UK. And he wasn't too impressed with how well I cleaned the bike after my last ride. Just quickly, Eugene.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on our cleaning skills?
Absolutely horrendous. I've seen cleaner pigs.
Sorry about that. Eugene, can I just get you to tell us the first stages of the process that you're working on here?
So the first stage, strip it all down, coolant out, pull it all down so the piston's out of it, clean all the parts up, and then start building up a new piston and a new cylinder. So with this, we do a bit of prep work, take off all the old gasket off the old cylinder, measure the base gasket as per book. Comparing the barrels out the kit, the new cylinder comes with the power valve, so you get a brand new power valve with it, and it comes, all the porting is just slightly cleaned up over the old one, which will help with flow and exhaust gases. You also get the head insert, which is copper for better heat distribution, new piston, and the rest that goes with it. The other bit you get with it is clutch spring. So we'll fit that after we do the top end. in order to do that, got to drop the gearbox oil as well. So we'll crack on and start putting this thing back together. As you can see, we've built it back up. We've set the deck height or squish to what factory tell us to in the kit. You can see the copper new head insert poking out the top of the head there. With the kit, you come with a new racing spark plug, which is an iridium tipped. So we'll fit that in, get the rads plumbed back in. The power valve comes preset already in the cylinder. Sometimes if you're changing it, you'd have to reset it, but this is all preset, so it's just plug and play basically. So we get this plumbed back in, get the rad hoses back on, coolant in, then we're going to drop the oil and start on the clutch.
The new exhaust system is 15% lighter than the standard version.
Right, so onto the clutch, so we've drained the gearbox oil. In the kit comes a new clutch spring. It's a stiffer spring. Some clutches have individual springs, this one has got a pressure plate. So we'll swap that out, put that back together, tank on, map in, and fire it up. Right, so we've got the new spring washer that comes in the kit. We'll fit this now. On the retaining washer, it's ramped. I don't know if you can see it, but there's stages of ramping. So it's 1, 2, 3 setting, so it's for the spring preload. And on the outside, you've got 1, 2, or 3. It's just marked in the actual washer itself. Standard settings on number 2. So when you set the preload of this, you'll put this on number 2 to begin with. Tighten it up. These bolts go to 6 Newton meters. You tighten it up and then we'll put a straight edge to check the spring load preload. And if it's set correctly, we can put the cover back on and some oil in it.
This kit is available from all authorised KTM dealers and they would be able to install it for you as well. Or you can do it at home as we've said. The only thing that you can't do at home is load up that new map.
Right, so after you've all back together, done your clutch, done your top end, everything's back together, last thing to do on the bike now is to reinstall a new map, which can only be done on the XC2 tool, which is from a dealer, and check the power valve adjustment and reteach it essentially. So we'll go into diagnostics, teaching exhaust. You'll hear it click as it's resetting itself, and then we will flash it with its new custom map, which works alongside the performance kit. So we'll find the drop down, performance kit fitted, flash ECU, and it'll send the new map straight into the ECU. And then from there, you're ready to ride after running it in.
Before we get back on the dyno and then hit the track, I'm really excited to say that our friends at O'Neill have hooked you guys up with a special offer. If you use our code 999laser, you can get 20% off any order on the O'Neill Europe website. So if you like the look of any of the gear, boots, helmets or goggles that I wear in these videos, be sure to head over to the website, use our code and get 20% off. Every time you do that, it will help out the channel a little bit. And it will let O'Neill know how cool our community is here at 999 Laser. There's a link and more info in the description down below. Check it out. So we're back at VRD now. You can see the bike's just getting hooked up onto the dyno. We're gonna run it in, warm it up a little bit, and then it's the moment of truth. We're gonna find out what improvements we've made with those bolt-on bits and the new map. So let's get cracking, let's do it. So there we have it then, the results are in. Our second dyno run of the day has been completed. And there's our number, 37.24 horsepower for the KTM 125 with the performance upgrades that we've just fitted today. So that's about a 3 horsepower gain. I can't wait to get it on track to see how it rides, see how that power translates to on-track performance. We took the bike to a couple of different tracks to try out the changes in action.
Doncaster Motor Park on the little KTM 125. So far, colour me impressed. We saw just about a 3 horsepower gain on the dyno, and I'm definitely feeling that on track.
Conditions were heavy at DMP, which was a tough test for the little 125. But it was a bit drier at Washbrook a few days later, and I was really impressed. I also let our regular test rider Sean Smith take the bike for a spin as well, and we're on board with him right here. Okay, so it's the second day riding this week on the KTM 125. I've done 3 sessions on it, and then I'll let Sean have a go because he rode the stock bike a couple months back now, but I wanted to see his thoughts on the upgrades that we've made in this video. What do you reckon, Sean?
Phenomenal. Yeah, really good. Yeah, I was blown away with it, to be honest. Superb. Really good power, very strong. Off the bottom, all the way through the rev. Even when it starts to sign off, it doesn't sign off. Do you know what I mean? It just holds it. So you can like hold that gear out if you want. You don't go no faster, but you certainly don't go no slower. So it doesn't sign off, which is really good. Yeah, all in all, it's money well spent, I reckon, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Well, it looked like he's having fun out there anyway. Big thanks to KTM for helping us do these upgrades in this video. There's links down below if you want more information on that. As always, though, you've been watching 999 Laser. I'm Max. He's Sean. We'll see you in the next one.
And it's cold.
It's very cold.
Very cold. Yeah.
So you might be wondering why Sean sat here looking a bit like Darth Vader. Well, that's because I've got a special surprise for him today. We've just gone the other day, 2 days ago, gone and bought a new bike for the Arsenal, a new weapon for us to play with this year on the channel. Sean has no clue what it is. It's definitely the weirdest bike that we've ever owned, I think. I told him it's something that we've been wanting to get hold of for ages, so he reckons he's got a good idea of what it might be. What's your guess, Sean?
Well, sorry. At first, you've made me put a helmet on backwards, and this is like, I just feel really weird. Because of the phone call, and you were like, oh yeah, we've been after something like this for ages. I think it's an ATCV, whatever, freewheeler. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think it is.
You're close, but you're still quite, you're warm, but you're still quite far away.
Right.
I bet it's a bloody sidecar, isn't it? I bet it's a sidecar.
Right, stand up.
Right.
Take your helmet off.
What is that? Oh wow. Where did you find that? That's crazy. I didn't expect that.